Assalamualaikum, my name is Omar Shmas Syaz. You are watching my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to start a new series of lecture on heat transfer. In this video, I will just do the introduction about heat transfer. So I will move with the definition. What is the definition of heat transfer? Energy in the form of heat that is transferred from one place to another. This is called heat transfer. That is very simple or very general definition of heat transfer. So we know that heat transfer is a transport phenomena, and for transport phenomena you need to know that there must be a driving force for transport phenomena to happen. So heat transfer is a transport phenomena in which heat is transferred from one place to another. So the driving force in the case of heat transfer is temperature difference or temperature gradient. Temperature difference comes in the case of Newton's law of cooling when we are having a convection, and temperature gradients come when we are dealing with conduction or Fourier's law of conductivity. We will see that in later parts of my videos or lectures, or in the coming videos or lecture I will explain this thing in detail. This is temperature gradient and this is temperature delta T difference. So now I move to the modes of heat transfer. So heat transfer is nothing but these three modes, that are conduction, convection and radiation. So these three are the basic modes through which heat is transferred from one place to another. So there are three laws for these three respective modes of heat transfer. For conduction, we have Fourier's law of conductivity or conduction. For convection, we have Newton's law of cooling. For radiation, we use Stefan-Boltzmann law. I will make videos on conduction, convection, radiation and these laws in my later part of this series of lectures. So now we will move to the examples of heat transfer. Why in chemical engineering we need heat transfer, or it is a very important subject. So we will see through that in examples. So before moving to the chemical engineering examples, we will see just a common example of a hot cup of coffee. So we are having a hot cup of coffee and its temperature is 80 degrees centigrade. The room temperature is 25 degrees centigrade. So it is general perception that when we place our coffee in room, after some time this temperature become equal to the room temperature. So heat is transferring from from inside of the coffee to outside of the environment. So if the heat will transfer up till the place when the coffee's temperature and the outside temperature become equal, that is 25 degrees equal to 25 degrees. When the temperature will stop, then transfer of temperature will stop, or delta T will become 0, then the heat transfer will become 0. So there is another important thing, that is heat transfer is directly proportional to the temperature difference or temperature gradient. As we had seen that heat transfer is directly proportional to the temperature difference or temperature gradient. At start, when the inner temperature was 80 degrees and the outer temperature was 25 degrees, so the difference was of 55. So at this point the heat transfer will be more. When this temperature will be reduced to 70, and now we will see that the temperature difference is 45, so the heat transfer will be low. So this thing is very important to remember, that heat transfer is directly proportional to temperature difference or temperature gradient. We will see that thing when we will derive the equations of these laws for conduction, convection and radiation. So now we will move to the specific examples related to chemical engineering. So we are having reactors. In reactor, we know that every reaction, sometimes reaction is exothermic, or sometimes any reaction is endothermic. So when the reaction is exothermic, heat is released. So now we know that every temperature has every reaction is performed under specific temperature, pressure and catalyst. So if the reaction proceeds and the reaction is exothermic, heat will be reduced. So they will increase the temperature of the reactor, or it may cause the catalyst to deactivate, because catalysts perform under specific temperature and pressure, and they are very condition specific. So for this exothermic reaction, you have to remove the excess heat. So heat transfer knowledge will come into place for removal of this heat. So again, if the temperature is endothermic, you have to provide heat. Heat transfer will come into place. The other thing we see in heat exchangers, that are the main focus in heat exchangers, that are used to, you can say that are used to increase or decrease the temperature of any process stream. In heat exchangers, we are having two process streams, one having high temperature, one having low temperature. Through indirect contact in heat exchangers, we transfer heat from one hot stream to the other cold stream, so that reduces our energy in the process or on the plant. At the last, we see that we are having boilers, and in boilers we also see that heat transfer from burning of coal, convective heat transfer takes place, and radiative heat transfer takes place, and we burn coal. And in the tubes, we are having water. If we are having water tube boiler, sorry. So the heat is transferred, and the heat from water we produce steam. So in boilers, heat transfer also takes place. There are many other equipments, etc., in which heat is transferred. So that's all for this video. In the next video, we will see the difference. What is the difference between heat transfer and thermodynamics? And from then we will start our convection, and radiation. Assalamu alaikum.